Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're gonna be going over how much I paid for my new 2021 Ram 1500 TRX. And in the past, I basically would make like a bunch of different videos. Like I'd make a video about how much I paid for the truck, and then I'd make a video about the insurance and the monthly payment, all that kind of stuff. I think that's just too much. And so in today's video, we're gonna be talking about everything cost-wise with the truck. So like how much I paid for the truck, how much insurance is, how much it's been costing me in gas money, my monthly payment, all that kind of stuff. So like everything that's associated with the cost of this truck, we're just gonna kind of like condense into one video. So let's get right into it. This isn't actually a cold startup because I did have to get gas before this video. So enjoy this warm startup. And the first time it didn't work. Still sounds good for a warm startup. And I'm loving, like, I love the marker lights, especially the ones here that are hidden, like, under the tailgate. I just love the look of that. Man, every single day getting in the TRX feels like a dream. Absolutely love this truck. I've shown this in other videos, but if you guys haven't watched my channel before, here's the window sticker on my TRX. You guys can see the base price, $69,995. I got mine, like, literally fully loaded. I pretty much added every single option except for the decals that you can get on the truck. So my MSRP was $94,795, and half the stuff is ripped off because when they took the window sticker off the window of the truck, it kind of just destroyed it. But yeah, my truck's fully loaded, if you guys are wondering from an MSRP perspective. Yes, we are doing this video point of view style. I really liked doing the talking videos like this because I think it's a little bit more exciting than me just sitting in my truck and having the camera stare at me for like 10 to 15 minutes and then you guys just listen to me basically talking. I think that this at least gives you guys some fun visual stuff to look at. And I mean, especially if you're looking at, you know, buying a TRX, then this gives you a little bit of time to see what it's like in the cockpit of the truck with just kind of normal daily driving. But let's actually get into the topic, which is the first thing of how much did I pay for this truck. So I paid MSRP for this 2021 Ram 1500 TRX, which you guys saw the window sticker, $94,000, almost $95,000. So that is exactly how much I paid for the truck. I didn't get any discount off of MSRP, which, I mean, obviously you always want to get as much discount as you can, but this truck right now is pretty crazy in terms of the market value. So right now, on the new side of things, most dealerships are asking for anywhere from like $5,000 to $10,000 over MSRP on the low side, to a lot of them are closer to $30,000 to $40,000 over sticker for the TRXs, and that's because they're pretty much all sold out for every single allocation, or dealers only have like 1 or 2 allocations left if they have any left. So yeah, most of the trucks are going way over sticker, and then used, they're just as expensive. Like I recently saw a used TRX here in Utah. The person paid $20,000 over sticker, and then they flipped it and sold it for another $20,000 over that. So they sold, so in total, someone bought a used TRX for $40,000 over sticker. So yeah, the value's definitely there. I doubt anyone would pay that much for mine after the whole debacle that happened last week, even though that really doesn't mean anything. But yeah, that's how much I paid for the TRX, was sticker price. And so, I mean, right now, from a market value perspective, I'm in this truck really, really nicely. That being said, I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, how the heck did you get one at sticker? Because I've had so many people messaging me, hey, I want to buy a TRX, but I can't afford to pay $40,000 over sticker. Now, what I did is I just made a post on my channel. I made a post probably about a week or so. I think it was right when they released the TRX, and I've been wanting to buy a TRX for a long time, but I think it was like a week, or no, it was like a week before you could order the truck, but I think it was like right at the time when they like officially announced the TRX. And I just made a post on my channel and I said, hey, does anyone want to sell me a Ram TRX? Let me know how much you'd sell it to me for. And Corbin down at the dealership in Texas was the first person to reach out to me, and he basically said that his dealership, they don't do any sort of markup on their vehicles. They only sell their vehicles at MSRP. And since he was the first person to reach out to me and he offered me MSRP, that's why I ended up going with that dealership in Texas. I'm sure that most of you guys are like, okay, cool, you paid MSRP for the truck, we get it, that's how you got it at MSRP. But what are your payments every single month on this truck? Now, my monthly payment on the TRX is about $914 a month. However, I make double payments on all of my vehicles. So like that's the minimum payment from the lender, is I have to pay $914 every single month, or obviously they would repossess the vehicle. But I just pay double that, so I pay what, $1,828 is what I pay per month on the truck, just so that I can pay the loan down faster. But also, the reason I'm trying to like make sure I have as much equity as possible in this truck is, you know, since we kind of have a new presidency situation happening, gas prices have constantly been going up, and I'm not sure that big trucks like this are going to hold their value throughout the next few years. I don't know, we'll see what happens, but I'm just, you know, trying to play things safe. So I want to make sure that I have as much equity in this truck as possible, so that if the value dips because of these increased gas prices, that I'm not going to be underwater in the vehicle. But then I'm also sure that people are like, wait, how is your payment so low? Because most people can throw up a payment calculator on $95,000 and the payment's going to be well over $1,000 a month. So first off, my interest rate on the truck is 2.99% for 72 months, and I only financed about $59,000. Now, the way that I only financed $59,000 is I traded in my 2020 Ford Raptor for this truck. Now, I can't really talk about the value of the Raptor, but what I can say is the Raptor obviously helped out with the taxes a lot. So instead of paying taxes on $95,000, I paid taxes on a significantly lower dollar amount. So that lowered the overall cost of the TRX, which in basically the grand scheme of things is going to lower the monthly payment. And then on top of that, I had about $20,000 of equity in the Raptor, because again, I always make sure that I'm not upside down, that I'm right side up in vehicles. And then I put another $20,000 down because, again, with gas prices going up, with all this uncertainty from a political standpoint, I just wanted to make sure that I had as much equity in this vehicle as possible, so that if I have to get out of it, then I can very quickly, very easily. And it is crazy how fast people drive here in Utah. Like I'm like barely keeping up with the flow of traffic right now. But now let's get into the insurance cost with the truck. Now, my insurance premium did go up a little bit, but that wasn't all due to the TRX, actually. It was mostly due to my little sister's horrible driving, believe it or not. We have everyone in my entire family is on the same insurance plan. If you guys don't know, you can actually do that even if you don't live in the same household. You can still have people from other households on your insurance plan, which actually lowers the overall insurance premium. The more vehicles you have on a plan, the lower the premium. Kind of an insurance hack right there. On my Raptor, my insurance was only like 120, 130 bucks a month. The TRX is 170 bucks a month. And again, a big part of that is my little sister's horrible driving, and the fact that she decides that she needs to get speeding tickets and crash her Impreza that I got for her like every other day. And so yeah, 170 bucks a month, not horrible for a 700 horsepower super truck, but I mean, it could be better. I'm going to be shopping for insurance over the next little bit, because I haven't paid that much in insurance since I was like 17 years old. And you know, I don't know, I feel like it personally, in my mind, I feel like that's a little bit high. And so like I'm going to try to find something that's closer to like, you know, 100 to maybe 120 bucks a month, right around where the Raptor was for the TRX. But yeah, that's the monthly insurance payment on the truck. And I'm sure you guys are also, I did make a fuel economy video with the trip. I'm sure you guys are probably wondering right now what the fuel economy is, and I think no, I didn't pass it up yet. It's down a little bit more here in the pages. There we go. Right now, we are averaging 8.7 miles per gallon. So you can imagine it's a pretty expensive vehicle to be driving around on a daily basis, averaging only 8.7 miles per gallon. I will mention, I haven't been doing as much highway driving. There was a little bit of off-road driving. I do accelerate quite a bit with the truck because, I mean, that's the reason why I bought it. I'm not gonna buy a $95,000, 700 horsepower truck just to drive it like a sissy and like do partial throttle so I can get 10 miles per gallon instead of 8. Like, that makes absolutely no sense to me. So yeah, I go full throttle all the time, have fun with the truck. And I mean, that kind of makes my gas expense, I haven't actually budgeted it yet monthly, because the first month, February, bunch of road trip stuff, so my gas expense was way more expensive that month. The whole road trip cost me like over 400 bucks in gas. But I'm guessing with how many miles I drive here in Utah, and with the current fuel economy, with the off-roading stuff on this truck, I'm assuming on a month that I don't take this truck off-road, I'm probably, with the amount of mileage I drive, I'll probably be spending $200 to maybe $250 a month in gas. And then if I do take this truck off-road, it'll probably bump it up to about $400 a month in gas. So now at this point, if we do the math to add everything up together, if we take my car payment plus the insurance plus the cost of fuel for the vehicle, then every single month we're looking at about $1,400 a month in car expense. And then again, I make the double payment, so that jumps me up to about $2,300 a month in vehicle expense, which again, I'm sure that some of you are probably crawling out of your skin right now, because that's more expensive than your mortgage payment, which yes, I understand, but remember, this is what I do for a living. The truck makes me money. It's crazy how much money this truck's made me so far with all the videos. But yeah, I mean, it's expensive to own. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, okay, Ben, I don't have $20,000 of equity in my vehicle. I don't have $20,000 to put down, but I still wanna buy a TRX. What would it actually look like if I were to buy a TRX with like no money down? So if you finance about $100,000, then your monthly payment's gonna be pretty expensive. You're actually gonna be, you know, right around that $1,500 a month, $1,600 a month. $1,600 a month is probably more realistic. So your monthly car payment, depending on your credit and all that. If you guys are wondering, when we pulled my credit report to get the loan for this truck, my score was about 790, I believe. Which is actually higher than it's been before, because with buying cars all the time and getting loans on them, obviously all the credit pulling typically lowers my scores. But I mean, I guess that I've been doing a little bit better lately. I haven't bought as many cars lately, so my score kind of jumped up to high 700s, and I bet after having this truck for a few months, it'll probably get into the 800s potentially. But yeah, that was my credit score was around, it was like 790. So yeah, if you've got really good credit like me, you're probably gonna be about $1,600 a month if you don't put any money down. And so then if you then put in the insurance, depending on what your insurance is, where you live, all that kind of changes based on your location. But hey, you throw in insurance and gas and everything, and I mean, just making a single payment on this truck, you're easily over $2,000 a month. And so yeah, it's very expensive, I get it. And I mean, this truck's obviously not for everyone, but if you're a car enthusiast, I definitely think, like, so far this has been the best vehicle that I've ever owned. I love it. This gives me the same thrills that I get when I'm driving a sports car. Yes, it's heavier. Yes, it has a lot of body roll. I get that, but it's crazy fast. And the one thing that this has over a sports car is the fact that it's a truck. Like, when you're driving faster on road, in a sports car, if like the road's like uneven and all that kind of stuff, it beats you up. The car jumps all over the place, and you could damage the car. Like, if you hit a pothole, all that kind of stuff, it's devastating. Whereas this is a truck, so you could be driving fast down the road, and then like you hit into a bump or whatever, and that's what this truck is made to do. And so like you can have like fun sports car driving, but then you don't have like the same like annoyances that you have with a sports car. So like it's awesome from that perspective. And then it's a great, like, it's a luxury vehicle. Like, material wise, I've been in tons of luxury cars for the channel. This interior is just as nice, if not nicer, than most of those luxury cars. The ride quality, like I said, is very smooth. Like, again, this is like they took a truck, they took a luxury car, they took a sports car, they took like almost not quite a supercar, but you know, a supercar, at least straight line acceleration, and they put it all into one vehicle. And so it's very expensive, but instead of buying like 2 or 3 different cars, you could just buy the TRX, and it'll pretty much satiate all of your needs from like a performance perspective, but then from like a daily driver perspective, and like just everything. And as always, if you're stopping for the first time, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in that next video.